Hey everybody, my name is Matt. You're watching Broke Rednecks Prepping. We're coming to you here from Spur, Texas, the international headquarters for Broke Rednecks, and home of the Fighting Bulldogs. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about today is something a little different. There are videos aplenty on what you need to have food-wise to prepare for whatever you're preparing for. Natural disaster, zombie apocalypse, whatever. And I'd like to critique them a little bit. What I see a lot of is people who have some gardens, who have some type of plan for meat, be it they're raising chickens or they plan to shoot bunny rabbits and jackalope all winter, whatever. Or they live next to water and fish. But the point is, a lot of people have workable plans for meat. So what they're trying to push is things like breads and rice and beans. And I see a lot of guys stocking up on something like this. It's a couple pound bag of rice, and they'll have several hundred pounds of it. That's handy. I mean, it is good, decent food. It's nutritious. You can mix it with a lot of things. I also see a lot of people talking about pinto beans. This is a 2-pound bag of pinto beans we got. Beans are not the most delicious thing to eat in the world, but there's a reason cowboys ate them on trail rides constantly. They're good calories, good nutrition, get some protein out of them, they'll keep you alive. But something a lot of people fail to consider is the role that food can play for people's psychology and a shit hits the fan, or SHTF, because YouTube will mute that, SHTF situation. And if you're planning to eat basically beans and rice and chickens you raised or bunny rabbits you shot, after a while, the food's going to get real monotonous. And I think people should understand that your prepper pantry should cover a lot of different nutritional aspects. One of those that I so often don't see is the idea of fruit. Now this is a little can of mandarin oranges. There's a show about some people that homestead in Alaska. One of the guys that does it talked about his first year up there. He actually got scurvy. I mean, you think of that as being on ships and pirates, but the reason was he wasn't eating any fruit, didn't have access to it, wasn't getting enough of the right nutrients in his system. We need to consider that people need to have fruits and certain vegetables. If you can't grow them, you need to have them canned. Where we are, you're not going to get a lot of mandarin oranges, and I really like mandarin oranges. So we need to have some of those, but we need to have the fruits that'll cover those things. Otherwise, you're going to start having some dietary problems. But I also would like people to consider, as much as I've seen prepper videos on why you need 10,000 pounds of rice and 40,000 pounds of beans and whatever to survive a solar flare or something else, what about things that we actually enjoy eating? One of the things I stock up on is spaghetti. I have a dozen different pastas. This is the angel hair. I've got normal spaghetti. I've got those little curved ones and the swirly ones that come in different colors and all sorts of things. Because we have access to meat, I got some regular spaghetti meat sauce, but I also have Prego and Ragu and various types of Alfredo. Because if you're going to prepare for something bad, why not at least have the food you want? I mean, it also allows you to try out recipes ahead of time. Instead of making spaghetti on an electric stove, try doing it over a fire. Let's see how that works out. Get some of that out ahead of time. But I also have some more fun things. Notice a big old jar of jelly. Well, can toast keep us alive? Yes. But jelly tastes better. I mean, I've got grape jelly, I've got the orange stuff, the marmalade, I love peach jams, I've got those. I'm sorry about the cars, we're filming outside because it's pretty and I felt like it. But have some jellies with it, it's good sugar, it's a little bit of fruit, some extra energy, but at the same time it also tastes better. And you're going to find when people are in stressful situations, anything you can do to get them to relax is important. It's along those same lines that I have cake mix. This is the lemon cake mix, and I really like lemon cake, so since I bought it, I got the cake I wanted. But in a bad situation, imagine having cake and real frosting. That's the kind of thing that most people very rarely think about. How would you celebrate a birthday in a grid down situation? What are you going to do? Tell a kid, well, here's a carved stick? Have a cake. They're not that expensive. It costs $3 for that whole setup. And it would feed 5 people, plenty of sugar. I also have pancakes. Guys, I don't care how bad the apocalypse is, there is no excuse to skip breakfast. And there's nothing better than pancakes. And lots of maple syrup. Lots of it. I have several of these bottles. Because if you're going to have pancakes, you got to have syrup. It's the law. I'm pretty sure it's in the penal code. But something as simple as that can normalize a life for people. Even if it's not a grid down situation, if it's just, hey, the power's out because, I don't know, hurricane hit or something like that, have some meals that taste good. Make it fun. I remember when I went camping as a kid, we'd be out in the middle of the woods. We'd be out in the Adirondack Mountains. We still had pancakes and syrup. I mean, some things like that can normalize it for people. It can relax them. And that's something I don't hear a lot of people talking about in prepper kitchens. Also, energy level is going to be big. People in a normal situation are used to lots of sugars. Think of the amount of sodas, candies, cake, pastries that people eat on a daily basis. And then when they plan for a grid down situation, apparently that's when they're going to do their crash diet. I don't think anybody that looks at me thinks I'm going to do a crash diet ever. But during the Great Depression, some of y'all may remember this if you've read the book or watched the book with Atticus Finch, To Kill a Mockingbird, and I'm on video and I just forgot. But anyway, if you've ever watched To Kill a Mockingbird, there's one scene where Scout, the little girl, brings a kid over to her house and he wants syrup. She's bringing him over for lunch, and they're eating pork chop beans or something. Well, he pours syrup all over everything. She's all pissed off. Well, the reason he was doing that is in the Depression, syrup was a very inexpensive source of calories. They put syrup on everything when people were dead broke, especially sharecroppers and the like. The same can be true in another situation. Don't overlook what a 99-cent bottle of Best Choice syrup that I bought here at the Spur grocery store can do. It can last a long time, it preserves for a really long time, and it's a good, cheap source of calories. Anyway, this is a short video, and I'm not going into great length, but just as some of you guys are setting up prepper pantries, something to think about, especially if you've got kids or you've got family who aren't necessarily preppers you're checking on. Their psychology is going to be affected by so many stressors in life. One of the things you can do to normalize their life is meal choices. And I don't see many videos about that with preppers out there. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. See what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.